Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Replay Podcast, recorded live on November 2nd, 2017. I'm one of your hosts, Joel, and I'm joined by Mitch.
Hello.
Adam.
Hello.
And no Jordan this week.
No, he's on a date, I think. I don't know what the story was there,
okay. I heard a bit of notifications coming off that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what that was.
Is it just your laptop just getting notifications?
Yeah, I've been using the laptop to play that intro music, and it's, yeah.
It's a hit and a miss at this point.
Yeah, no, it's not good. I'm sorry about that.
Remember, if you are listening live and you can't stick around for the full show and you like to pick up where you left off, you can follow us on the following Monday on our iTunes, Whooshkaa, and YouTube page, links to which can be found on the Facebook page at facebook.com/replayau.
Yep.
Coming on the show, we'll be talking about Assassin's Creed. Adam will be reviewing that.
Yes.
Mitch will be reviewing Mario Odyssey.
Yes, and I'm not playing it right now.
And we'll be covering over the Sony Paris Games Week and all the trailers and VR trailers that Mitch enjoyed.
It was mostly VR trailers, let's be honest.
There were some good ones. Last of Us was like hands down the best.
It was.
But first, what have we been playing this week? This is where we'll throw into the reviews.
Yep.
Who would like to go first?
Mitch, you want to go?
I'll go first because I've been playing Mario.
Yeah.
I've also been playing HOTS and Hearthstone, just preparing myself for BlizzCon this weekend. And that's about it, really.
Well, we'll kick us into the review of what you think of Mario Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey.
Does it live up to your expectations, what you've been seeing so far?
Yes. And then some.
Okay.
Right?
Well, tell us about this.
So, Mario Odyssey has been the first video game I properly played was 64. Mario 64. So, coming to this is very satisfying, having an open world style Mario game. And you've seen me play this. I've been addicted to finding all the purple coins and
I played second player. I was a hat for the moment. I loved it.
Insane. And the fact that second player is crazy. The gameplay is super smooth. Like there's a lot of you feel like you're able to jump off the hat and stuff and do all sorts of tricky jumps. And it's like, hang on, It kind of encourages you to glitch it, but it feels like you're trying to glitch it, but you're not. It's intended to be like that. It just feels like there's been a lot of thought put into it, and I'm very, very happy and highly recommend it. I won't go into too much detail, but I've just defeated Bowser for what I think is the first time.
Okay. What's the story behind this? So Bowser...
Same story as usual.
Bowser has kidnapped Peach, and it's your goal as Mario to save her.
He's also captured a tiara from the Hat Kingdom. That's just how they've written in this Hat character.
Does that mean Peach will be a playable character, and Tiara will be your Hattie?
I hope so. Honestly, I hope that all three, because the boss fight with Bowser, he throws his hat at you, and you can knock it off and wear it, and it's got two boxing gloves, and you go up and punch him with them.
I feel like Bowser won't be a playable character, but maybe Bowser Jr. would be like an equivalent.
I'm just keen to see what the end game holds.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be some interesting unlocks.
But I know what you mean by that glitch jump type of thing. I've seen so many where they do 3 jump, and then skyrocket, throw the hat, jump off the hat, then jump again, and it just looks so nuts of how far they can go. Yeah,
no, it's insane. And some of the other the level I was just on, you lose your hat and you've got to fight through it without being able to actually kill anything or possess anything. It's crazy. There's a lot of environmental stuff, and the mixture of worlds happen. So everyone's seen the real people next to Mario. When I was in the desert level, you could see the real people. There was a car that had been impacted, and it's just like, I don't know where I am. Help.
Are there actual voices in the game, or are they like that weird Banjo-Kazooie thing where they're
it's
like...
Banjo-Kazooie. It's Banjo-Kazooie, I guess, to save on region-specific stuff.
Yep.
So they don't have to record separate Japanese and English and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more storytelling in this than I had expected.
Right.
Like a lot more. It's still silly and goofy, but it's fun.
Okay. And have you completed much of into the game? So there's a lot of collectibles. There's much to explore. Your goal to me, you said to me you wanted to collect everything in every single world.
I haven't figured out if there's actually a tally for the moons, which are the stars of this game. But there is a tally for the purple coins, which it's getting to me.
I saw you get to the desert place, and there were 100, from 50 to 100 now.
And then the one after that and the one after that were both 100. The one I'm on now is 50.
That sounds so challenging, so painful.
How many worlds?
So far, I've gotten 5. I don't know how many are total.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm just over halfway through the game.
Yep.
So maybe 10, 15.
Do you know how many hours you put in?
No, Nintendo doesn't tell. Oh, maybe. Hang on.
All I know is that when you finish the game, there are actually more worlds that unlock.
Yeah.
So as much as you complete the game, there's still the whole collecting part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely, like, the first thing I do when I beat the final boss is go back through it all.
Yeah, because Mitch and I found a steel cube in the first area.
Yeah.
That did nothing when you interacted with it.
Okay.
That has to do something at the end of the game.
And I don't know if you remember, but we also found paintings with nothing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found some with stuff on it after you beat. So each world has like a primary like rabbit boss, and that normally gets you enough moons to go to the next one. But it also unlocks a secondary boss, which is much more intense, much more hard.
So there's a secondary boss on the first world?
Yes.
Got to see that now.
I know on the second world, which is the desert world, you defeat the rabbit person, and then you go up against this giant, almost Mayan head with hands that like punch at you, similar to Master Hand in Smash Brothers.
Yep.
And the way you defeat it is you make him punch the ground. He like the hand gets stunned. You throw the hat on the hand. You become the fist, and you got to fly around as he throws rocks at you and hit him in the face.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's fun.
IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
Nearly everyone's giving it 10 out of 10.
Do you think it deserves this? Are there any faults you've seen at all? Is there anything that you've played and thought this could have been better?
Only thing, and I don't know if it's going to fix itself when I beat the game, is the moon counter. If I just knew how many moons were in a world, it would be perfect. But I think that's something I have to unlock. Yeah. And I haven't tried any amiibo support yet.
Do you really think Odyssey would have an amiibo support?
They released 3 amiibos for it.
Right. I feel like the only way you would get amiibos would be useful is customization options, I think.
I think so, or coins.
Okay.
I think it's just like, here's an amiibo, you get 50 coins.
But I feel like if you put in like on Luigi in there, you get his hat. I think because I've seen Luigi's hat and I've seen
Waluigi's hat. Yeah, and the what's it called, Mario Maker skin as well. Yeah. But I'll update you guys later.
Right. I remember reading that they support all the amiibos up to date, like up to current play.
And I haven't found where I'm meant to use them, or I haven't even tried.
Okay.
So I'm just playing the game.
They have to be coins because if they support everything in they've ever made.
Zelda does.
Yeah.
And when you pop Zelda, it gives you food or sometimes weapons, depending.
Yeah, but something random, not something specific to that character.
No.
There's no way they would implement that unless Mario Odyssey. They've just branched it off, just made it so big and dynamic.
It's pretty dynamic. Like, I'm surprised at how much they got out of this system. Like, this is something that's system selling for me. This is showing what they intended, and obviously it's a first party Nintendo game. That's what they always do.
Yeah.
But this, Zelda, even Splatoon 2, like, they're all making me happy I spent the money on this. Initially when I bought it, I didn't have any of these games. I had Has Been Heroes, and that was not a really fun selling point. I kind of doubted my purchase for a little bit.
Yep.
I got Zelda, lost my mind. Got Splatoon, kind of enjoyed it. It's going okay, but then this has anchored me in believing that this is a good system.
Yeah.
And it's something that, honestly, I do think you should buy one. I need more people to play.
Can you do multiplayer online, or does it have to be
Splatoon
local?
is exactly that.
Can Mario do that?
This Odyssey? Mario?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Because I would love to just sit in the comfort of my own home and
you just want to like matchmake and be the hat.
The hat was actually really fun. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It actually felt useful.
Yeah.
You throw me once and I'm there. I'll just fly around here.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I'm like, I wish I had someone to control this second controller. Like, there's this point where you need to, I don't know if you remember, but when we were playing Circle of Flowers, we had to spin the hat around.
Yeah.
Right? And you just flew around. I had a damn triangle.
Oh.
So I had to throw it, roll, and...
Oh, too easy for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I really want Yoshi to be in it. If he is, I'm going to be happy.
He is. He's the dinosaur in Act 1.
No, he's not the dinosaur in Act 1. That hasn't come back yet, though. There's been some really annoying ones, like onions that grow their legs really tall, and they're just...
This game's weird.
It is really weird, but it's great.
Okay. And you enjoy it?
I enjoy it.
And you want me to get it?
Yes.
I need to.
And
actually.
you need to get Splatoon as well.
It'll just be Odyssey. It'll be Breath of the Wild, and it'll be Smash Bros. That's all.
Do you think it'll be a single player console for you?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think I'd try multiplayer.
I want to see your reaction because I'm going to be getting Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I hope you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to see your reaction to it because I know you're a bit of a JRPG fan.
Yeah, in some way.
Yeah, but if it's a bit different,
I'm keen to see what it looks like because you showed me what the first one looked like.
yes. No.
No?
You haven't seen the first one.
I thought you were
You've
playing
seen-
something like that,
You played Xenoblade Chronicles X.
which is like the same
It's-
thing.
No.
Xenoblade.
It's the difference between Persona and Shin Megami Tensei.
I don't know what that is, but yes.
So Persona and Shin Megami Tensei have the same kind of basic game mechanics because they're made to be in the same world. One set in modern day, one set in like a cyber future feudal Japan.
All right.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right.
Okay.
What have you been playing, Joel?
I haven't actually been playing all too much because once Destiny got released, all my friends decided to drop League, drop
Yep.
every other game, PUBG, all gone,
Yep.
and move over to Destiny. So from that point on, I've just been the person that they've been asking, how do I play this? What's an easy way to level up? I've been the help guy. I've been the ghost of the
Yeah.
game where
Yeah.
they go to and they're like, okay, I need your help. What do I do?
Yeah. What are
I've
the
just-
tips and tricks?
Yeah, exactly. That's all
Yeah.
they've been doing. And that's the extent of what I've been doing.
All right.
Other than that, I went to Cyber Games today
Yep.
and I played a couple games of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Yep.
And it was amazing of how magical it looked because my graphic settings are poor
Yep.
on a barely 20 FPS
Yep.
running. This was smooth. I got kills. I downed people. I felt good in the game. Yet I lost still horribly.
Yep. But still better than what it was on your computer.
Yeah, I'm afraid to go back to my
Yeah.
old PUBG times now.
So where'd you go? Like where was the place that you went to?
Sunnybank, up in the Sunnybank area.
Okay, yeah.
It was quite different because like there's no signs, anything. It's just one hidden sign that just says Cyber Games. That's it.
Oh, okay, yep.
It was nice. It's my old account was on there. It said last logged in was 2014.
Yep.
So I haven't been there for a while.
Wow, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing. And you
Yeah.
doing your Assassin's Creed review?
Yep. So I'm going to cut it down. I did have 2 pages worth. So I'm going to try and
That means
cut
it's a
that
good
down.
game.
Yes. I think I've got a little blurb here. My whole thing is that if you've played the past Assassin's Creed games, I think you'll like this one. But if you're one of those people who just doesn't like the series in general, then I don't think this game will win you over.
Yep.
That's my main finishing note. I think they're really trying to promote play how you want to play. So like a choose your own adventure type of game. So
That's how most games go now.
Yeah, so they're really trying to let you do what you want to do instead of having this linear path.
Now, when you say that, do they give you like options to talk and stuff? As in, like, when you walk up to a guy, do you say, as in, like, why are you here? Or you just start fighting? Do they give you options? Or how do they actually make you choose your own story?
It's more, or it's not so much choosing your own story.
It's part
more,
of where you want to go.
It's sort of like just say you have to take down a fort, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, it's how do you want to take over this
yep.
fort?
Yeah.
So, you know, like I've written here, like you can play as a stealthy assassin, or you can use your environment to your advantage with Seer. So Seer is one of the, it's like, so there's 3 main points to the skill tree.
Yep.
So you've got like Hunter, which is like your bows and your hidden blade stuff. You've got your Warrior, which is just all your basic hand-to-hand combat, or your weapons. And then you've got Seer, which is like pet taming, using like
cool.
fire bombs, poison arrows, sleep darts. So using everything in your environment to help you. And they're just really trying to push that because you get 1 ability point per level. And then if you go to tombs and stuff, you can get extra ability points. So you really have to make a decision. You know, do you want to go into one specific tree, or do you want to spread out your points and have like a general of all 3?
Now, you go, Mitch.
This sounds very much like Far Cry.
Yes.
And that's been my main criticism of this game and most of its advertising.
But what is wrong with Far Cry?
Absolutely nothing. It's published by the same company, but I think I feel like we might be running into a similar sort of issue to EA. Where
In what way? They're just there for the money?
No, where like all of the IPs just kind of start blending into one.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you feel that way as an owner of this game?
I do, but I think I guess every game has that sort of Ubisoft feel if it's made by Ubisoft. But I think what they do to sort of make themselves different to the other games is sort of what makes it appealing.
Yeah.
And I did have like, a paragraph or two about graphics. But I really just want to boil it down to is just like, I was talking to Joel before the show, and I think it's just probably the most beautiful and stunning game I've played in my life.
Really?
Yes. Like, I was amazed with just how good this game looks. Like, it's just top of the notch, like ultra high, 200% resolution modified, just looks amazing. Like, you load into the game, and you're like, this looks so real.
Okay. What is the story of the game? So what's making you go on and push to the very end?
Like the main story, or just like sort of...
We'll go the main story. What's the main story?
So you're pretty much... So it's set around 40 BCE. Mm-hmm. So it sets the game... The whole game is about the origin of the Assassin Brotherhood. So you play as a character called Bayek. And he's one of the last Magi. So a Magi in ancient Egypt is... It was a group of people to protect all the pharaohs. Mm-hmm. And then over time, it sort of evolved to someone just helps the people of Egypt. So almost just like a police officer, but like more important.
Yeah.
So it's getting to the point of where all the Magi's, he's one of the last Magi, because that part of ancient Egypt is starting to die off, and it's coming into like the new age of Egypt. And essentially what happens is that his son is killed by an ancient order. Which will eventually be known as the Templars. They're just trying to control, and so it starts off as him just trying to get vengeance for them killing his son, but then he discovers that it's this huge, underground organization that's controlling all of the main parts of Egypt through the pharaoh.
And have they touched on the Apple of Eden yet?
The Apple of Eden isn't in this game primarily. It's mainly like the staff, which is like another first civilization relic. Mm-hmm. So it's not always the apple. Sometimes it's like the staff or like the cloak. It's pretty much it's the same thing. It's just like an ancient relic. That helps the order control people. But yeah, that's pretty much like the main gist of the story without getting into too many spoilers.
Okay. And so this game you played for how long? You said it was 50 hours.
Probably about 50 hours, yeah.
Okay, what level are you in this?
I'm max level.
Right.
Yeah.
What is the max level?
40.
Okay, man, you pushed that hard already.
Yeah.
Are you close? Would you say you're close to finishing the story itself?
So the main story I have, just because it's so it is an RPG, so there's a path you can take just for the main story, and then there's heaps of side stories. So,
I'm not surprised there are side quests in this kind of game.
Of course.
Yeah, but...
Before you go on, how are you feeling having Assassin's Creed as an RPG?
As someone who plays a lot, I prefer it, because then it gives me more to do, in a sense, because like you've got crafting, you've got, loot, so like there's not just a strong weapon. Now there's, legendary weapons with different abilities on these weapons. So now I actually had something to grind to. Instead of just finishing the game and having like, oh, look, I've got the best player in the game. Now it's, what other strong weapons can I get?
Okay. And what other weapons can you create, I assume, as well?
You can't create the weapons, but you can craft. So you've got like your hidden blade. You can craft all your armor, your quiver, like how much damage you do. And then, but if you find a cool weapon, say at level 20, it's a legendary. You can then, just say you're level 25, you can pay a bit of gold at the blacksmith, and it brings it up to 25.
Yep.
So is this similar in some way to the Breath of the Wild structure? Yeah. Okay. Do you think this may have been an answer to that?
Possibly.
Because it's sounding very it sounds like it from what you've told me.
Yeah, I think it's just like it's going to cost a lot of gold, so you can't do it with every weapon. But like if you really like a weapon, it's not like you get at level 20, and then now you're level 40, and you're like, oh, I can't use that weapon anymore. It's not the case. Again,
you're gonna find the same thing again, forcing you to grind. It's
going back to the thing where they want you to play how you want to play. So if you want to play with this weapon, spend a bit of gold, and you can use that weapon again.
All right.
Yeah.
Jordan's in the chat, and he wants to know what we think of the PC version running two different DRM softwares, causing CPU dropouts.
The CPU 100%.
Yeah. So is that what the cause is it?
That's what people are speculating.
So my friend told me about this, that there are two anti-hack softwares at the moment.
Which is new for Ubisoft.
Yes, because I think one of the hacks, I don't know what it is, it's already came out with the cracked version of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is to stop people from actually playing the cracked version. Because of this, they have two anti-piracy softwares running.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is pushing the game to reach 100% CPU
yeah.
just from playing the game on PC.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the game that good that it needs that severe anti-piracy? Because
I mean,
Well, piracy is a big thing when it comes to games.
it
yeah.
is. It is. And
And there's no way around it to stop it. Someone's eventually going to stop and like hack the game.
yes.
Yeah.
So why make the game itself unplayable?
well, if you've got like a really high-end PC, it's not.
It's still putting.
Yeah.
It's still putting unnecessary wear and tear on your CPU.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
You don't want that.
But I feel like to them, they just wanted some way to stop piracy in some way.
Yeah.
But then again, because they've done this, they've kind of destroyed a lot of people who want to actually run the game.
Like shot
Yeah.
themselves in the foot, sort of
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
So it's quite scary to see that they've done this. I hope they actually remove this anti-piracy thing, or at least one of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything will change.
Okay. So, I think a lot of people just thought that it wasn't optimized, but if that's the cause, then that sort of makes
Yeah.
more sense.
Yeah.
But
Last thing I want to say:
mm.
rain? Question mark?
funny enough, I have still not run into rain.
There's no rain. There's no rain
But-
confirmed in Assassin's Creed. 50 hours, and
But-
you've never seen rain once.
But that's because it. I found out.
Is it DLC?
No,
Oh, you found out like the gods are like, you get no rain in this
it
world.
only rains in specific areas, so it won't rain in the deserts. So it
Oh,
on-
okay.
It
So
only
in the
rains.
desert at all, there is no rain.
No, it only rain in
I
like
knew it.
a lush, like foresty, sort
And
of swampy area.
Jordan's not found rain yet either.
Yeah,
I knew it. See, there's no rain in this game.
but it rains bugs
Confirmed
in the
it.
desert.
That doesn't count. The bugs don't count. I want rain.
But
Every
it's-
game has a dynamic rain system in
A
this
week
game. It's just-
after the quiz, how cut would you be right now if you had to delete your game?
Oh, very much so. Like I've spent. I mean,
would you go for that point just to delete
no,
it?
no.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
spent
think anyone would.
like I've only just unfogged the entire map. So
And you've not seen rain.
no, but it's because I haven't really been in too many of the like swampy areas
Oh,
for
so
too long.
you don't hang out there. too
Yeah,
much,
I don't
okay.
hang it. But I think if I spent more, because I haven't really done too many of the side missions.
Oh, okay.
So I've been traveling a lot. I'm never in the one place
Yep.
for a long time. I think that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Fair
Um,
enough. Fair enough.
But the deserts, I just want to give like a little honorable mention because you have hallucinations in the desert, and I've seen up to like 10 different hallucinations, and one of them is seeing like, bugs raining from the sky or like certain
Doesn't
people showing
count.
up in the desert.
Doesn't count.
Oh, it doesn't count, but I still think it's pretty funny.
Is there much present day?
Modern, yeah. So there is.
Spoilers.
Yeah, depends
Yep.
if you want to go into spoilers.
Okay,
or
we
not.
won't go
It
into
is there.
spoilers, but it's there.
It's there, and like if I wanted to like say spoiler free, I'm not happy, but I'm not disappointed. My comparison to that would be that it reminds me of Assassin's Creed 1, where it's got a good backbone, but it's just starting up the story.
Right. So are you expecting another trilogy out of this?
I'm not sure,
From
but
what, from what he's told me, I feel like they've just opened it up.
yeah, from like I've told Joel some spoilers.
Yeah,
and they're
that's
definitely
my
opening it up.
reaction. I was like, oh.
I think this is like a starting game. Like the modern story of Origins is very much so setting up for the next games.
Okay. So my question then is,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry to keep going back to this sort of stuff, is if this is Assassin's Creed Origins,
Yeah.
implying that is the start of all of this,
Yeah.
what are they going to call the next two?
Assassin's Creed Shogun,
Well, this
Samurai Warriors.
Because you,
well,
you
the
get
whole,
my point.
Yeah,
then.
the whole thing though is that like the modern day and the actual like in the animus are like usually two different entities almost.
Yeah.
But I think in game, I think they would have to go forward. Like you can't go any further back.
Then the first assassin. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what time period they're going to go, but in modern story, they've definitely set it up like they've got heaps to go to.
Did they? And this is, I don't know if you feel like this is a spoiler, you don't have to answer.
Yeah.
But did the ending of the main story leave it open, or was it neatly wrapped up?
It
I
was
wouldn't answer.
neatly wrapped up,
Okay.
but it still offered like it could go on. Like a good way to explain it is that I was happy with the ending, and they've sort of like left it open to continue. So there's no like cliffhanger, but there
It's
is
just
more
there
they could go.
could be more.
Yeah, because a little spoiler, they pretty much ended up.
Spoilers, man. This is the end game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
They pretty much leave it at the creation of the Brotherhood. Like the pretty much end game is that they're just starting it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we knew was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, so it's not really a
Oh,
spoiler.
true.
But they actually, for the majority of the game, you aren't actually considered, you don't call yourself an assassin until probably like the last 2 missions.
Right.
And they call themselves the hooded ones at the start.
Yes, because I don't think the origin of the word assassin
Yeah.
even existed yet.
Yeah. And it shows how the symbol of the assassin, like the Brotherhood was made, and it's actually it's a little bit quirky and funny, but it's very interesting. Like there's little sort of nods to how certain sort of little rituals that they do, in hundreds of years later are created, which I found, as a fan, really entertaining because you get to see how all these different, rituals and symbols were made up.
Okay.
2 more final things to end on your Assassin's Creed review.
Yep.
Is there anything that you would change? Is there anything you don't like in the game?
Like gameplay wise,
Anything in the game? We'll say gameplay. Are there bugs that you just like, this is a bit much?
I haven't found any major bugs.
So that you're saying it's a perfect game?
No, because I've heard of other people, but there's no like major bugs. It might just be like some walls like have a little bit off wall collision and
Are
stuff.
there certain things that you'd go as like, I wish this game had this, or I wish they didn't have this?
The only thing I wish that it would add, but I think that's the whole thing of the game, is that I wish you got more ability points earlier on.
Wouldn't that make it easier for the rest of the game?
Yeah, it would. Which I guess, because it sort of makes you choose, either one tree or like just don't finish all the trees until end game.
Yep.
But if you got, all the ability points more, you'd be having, I guess, a little bit more fun because you got more abilities to work with. But I guess it depends on, they're really trying to push, like pick one sort of approach.
Okay, and
But-
final thing.
I guess that encourages replayability.
If you could
Yeah.
rate this out of 10, what would you rate it?
If I had to take my bias out of it,
Well, yes.
Yeah, I took my bias out of Mario.
okay.
And you still gave it a 10.
Yeah, I said 10 was deserving. I probably would give it a 9. I'd save 10 for something better.
Interesting, okay. Something better. Wow, you just don't give 10s out
It's
at
not
all.
a perfect game. It's just, anyway.
I think I'd probably say either 8 or 8.5. The only
Okay.
thing that was pulling my mark down was probably modern day. I think that was a little bit lacking. But like the actual in-game, like in the Animus, was amazing. Like there wasn't anything, like the side quests weren't repetitive. That was my biggest gripe in the other games, is that it was always like 3 different types of missions and just a little bit different each time. Whereas in this, there was so many like variation for the side missions that actually made them entertaining. You wanted to actually watch the mini cutscenes and like you actually cared about the characters. Whereas in the other ones, you're sort of just like, yeah, skip. Just get the side quest done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
8.5, 9.
Yeah,
And
I'd
that's
say
that.
that's fine. Yeah.
So now on to the Sony Paris Games Week.
Yes. So there was a lot on this, and I don't know how many more you watched after I
I think
left.
we watched maybe 5 more.
Mate,
Trust me, and there was still plenty more after that.
was it all garbage?
Some were okay, but we went back and forth questioning. It's like, why is this a thing in one of
Yeah.
them?
Okay, there was quite like I took I took notes on my feelings for a lot of things. What did you want to cover?
So we'll start backwards from where we started. That way, because like the one I clicked on first was like the newer ones that they had released. So
Yeah.
we start from the backwards one, move our way up.
Yeah.
That was from the earliest
Okay.
to the now.
So I think I know what you mean, but you explained that really
I
poorly.
did. I'm not good at explaining things.
Start from the backwards one. All right, go.
Yeah. We'll start this first. So like Paris Games Week, so people don't know, is Sony has released, it's like a big convention where they show off all these trailers for games that are coming up now,
Yeah.
games that are out now, and just something that's like a teaser trailer. A lot of the ones we saw where they showed no gameplay left us with more questions than answers,
Yeah.
which was kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
But we'll start off with what we saw with the trailers, and we'll go off from that. And then if you saw any of the trailers and you'd like to chime in, you can as well.
Okay.
So we'll go for the earliest one that we saw, which was the Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep. This
So
one actually looked
I
pretty
missed
good.
this one.
That's
So
fine,
you'll have
but
to
you
fill
saw
this
it
in.
there.
Yeah. This one was actually pretty good.
Yes, this was in the idea that it said they're trying to make it a open world action game set in feudal era of Japan, which sounds really good because it's samurai
On paper, that sounds amazing.
open world, yes. And then it gets me too that it's created by Sucker Punch, which they're the creators of Infamous. And
was
that
an
story,
okay game, yeah.
not an okay game. It was a great game.
Infamous 1 was okay.
Look, Infamous 1 was good. Infamous 2 was better than Infamous 1.
No.
And then Infamous Second Son was kind of like a bit wavy on that one.
So I'm always have negative connotations with Infamous from my point of view.
Why?
Because it and Prototype came out at the same time.
Oh, look.
And it was right before Super.
Don't tell me they're the same game. You're about to tell me they're the same game. They're not the same
close.
game.
Pretty damn close.
Someone is a mutant. Someone has powers. Someone has electric powers. Someone controls a blade with their arm.
You've not played both, have you?
I've played both.
Okay.
Does he shoot electricity in Prototype?
No.
Negative. There you go. Same game, negative.
All right, we'll move on.
Okay. Continuing on, we saw Concrete Genie.
Oh god. Do you want me to say my comment on this?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll go. You.
I just wrote down what is the point of this game?
So what is it? Is it similar to the other one that we like?
So
is it VR? Is it?
It's an actual game, but your idea of the game is to is you create paintings on like a very barren world of walls.
So similar to just the painting VR game.
You more or less paint, but what you paint creates and comes to life.
Okay.
But stays
so-
on the wall.
So
Yep.
the whole idea is to
like
create the world that you live in,
Yeah.
but also to solve puzzles, open doors by creating living figures
Right.
that help you along the way.
And he was also
Okay.
getting bullied for like half the trailer, which I'm not sure how that ties into
There's
it.
bullies that pick on him and like spill paint over the walls that you just painted on.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's I don't understand the goal. You get a paintbrush, you paint, and at the end they showed you all the walls were painted, and you're just like,
Yeah,
what's,
we're like,
what's the goal
But
of
there,
this?
look, there were a lot of trailers like that. Like, what was that one that was just like, "Get ready"?
oh yeah.
Oh, we'll come to that.
All
Get
right.
ready. Are you ready? 2018. We just saw like sandworms. The next one along was Erica. This
Yep.
is a PlayLink thing. It said at the very bottom.
What
but
is PlayLink?
I have no idea.
All right.
It didn't specify. It just said PlayLink supported.
Is that like a Vita to PS4 thing?
I don't know. Probably.
All right.
But what this is, it's a movie. It's a movie, so it's filmed like an actual film, but you choose the story. So
So is it like that
it's
movie?
it's a film, and you come up with two options. Do you want to shoot him or trust him?
Is it actual?
If you pick one, it'll choose the different path of that story.
Is it actual cinema?
Yes. So it's an actual film, but you play it as a game.
I just wrote glorified movie.
Yes, that's all it is.
So is it like that old Sega game that got banned because it was? Do you remember the one?
No, I don't.
Oh, it was like FMV, and it was just a bunch of girls in a house and a serial killer. And
I have
you
no
just
idea.
had to
I do remember one that I did watch that Tyler One played, which was it was a film. You had like 2 or 3 options, whatever you picked,
So it's
narrated to
it's
the
a
film.
choose your adventure book.
It is, and it's just shot in real life, more or less.
So you could play the game and finish it in like 9 hours
I don't know. A 9-hour
Probably.
film? I doubt. I feel like a
with
film,
all the branching choices.
Yeah.
if you want to go through every branch, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the goal, though, isn't it?
Sure. Continue on is Blood and Truth VR. This was
Before you continue,
okay. Continue on.
that's one tally for VR.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
There was plenty more before
I know.
this.
Yeah.
Blood and Truth VR.
Yep.
It is a stealth shooter high action game.
How?
So you
No, I mean, like, how can you play that in VR without a controller?
you have your 2 controller sticks,
Yeah.
and you use the sticks to unlock the pick lock door, and then from there your 2 guns or your single gun. But what I didn't understand is that he didn't teleport to each area.
That's what. Yeah.
He
was
moved
walking.
freely.
Yeah.
There
Like
must be
there was a
joysticks
controller.
on there.
He held the 2 Joy-Con with the
Yeah.
bulbs.
Yeah, and that was it.
Like that was it. So I don't know if there was
It must be on a path.
that. It did not look like on a path. He snuck up behind a guy and just like stabbed him in some way.
Yeah.
It did not look like a path. It looks serious, but I don't know how
I'll
he's
have a
making
look
that.
at the move controllers on Google and just see if they have thumbsticks.
I just wrote it's good for practicing how to steal.
Yes, that's what it was. You still blow
It's
things
like a
up.
stealing simulator.
Okay, so the move controllers have what looks like a thumbprint scanner. It's about the size of your thumb, but I think that might be a trackpad.
Okay. It's throwing me off.
Yeah.
No,
Continuing on is Destiny.
Ooh.
We don't need to talk about Destiny again.
Hey, what? Look, Destiny 2.
We've literally mentioned it twice. In
Destiny
this episode
1.5,
alone.
as we discussed
Okay,
earlier.
Destiny 1.5. This from what we saw, we'll skim it then.
Yeah.
From what we saw, it doesn't help in any way. It just throws back to the original Destiny game.
Yep.
And I think they might bring back the Vault of Glass, which was the first raid game
Yeah.
in Destiny.
Because they're reusing a planet that was in Destiny 1.
Destiny 1.5.
Yeah.
I'll skip the Ore one. Ore was a colourful fantasy
Flying as
that
as a
looked like
serpent.
Journey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was flying. It was colourful. That was my first colourful.
I've just grabbed the PlayStation Move controller.
Yes?
Did he have one of these?
No. I'll skip the Ore one. Thank you. Thank you, myself.
It was the one with like the pink and the blue, like
So there was
bulb.
2 bulbs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the two bulb things.
So then he had no D-pad.
I don't know how he was moving then. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Unless
Damn
he's
it,
like
Sony.
waving the sticks to move. I don't know.
He's like got one out. He's like,
Monster Hunter World.
Oh, this had a bit of a.
This was a bit of a of a
see,
thing. You're a Monster Hunter fan.
I am, and
Yes.
if this comes to Switch, I'll get it. I'm not buying a PS4.
The last 30
Yes.
seconds had a bit of a twist to it.
Yes, I'll get to that. This is one of those games where you know what to expect.
Okay.
It's Monster Hunter.
It's an
There's all
MMO,
that.
isn't
It's
it?
an MMO, yes.
Yeah.
The one thing I did like is that the monsters that are there, they will fight each other.
Yeah.
If you're not around, they will just fight each other and they'll see who wins out of that fight.
Yeah.
Which
Are you
I
able
thought
to loot
which-
the fighting remnants?
Probably.
Good. Good.
But the one thing at the end was there was a crossover
Yep.
with Monster Hunter World
Yep.
and Horizon Zero Dawn. And you get to play as the main character from Horizon Zero Dawn in Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter has done that for years.
Have they really?
Yeah, like any of the DS Monster Hunter games, you can get your little cat people to dress up as Mario or Sonic.
Okay.
They've done that for years. It's not that significant. It might be a celebration of it coming to PlayStation after a while.
Yeah.
because It's been absent for a while. But yeah, no, I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
But it's not going to be a crossover. It's just an Easter egg.
No, there
there's-
has to be. It
there's no
looked
crossover.
pretty serious,
They
man.
won't
Yeah.
do that.
Looked serious. Adam
It
says,
looked,
yeah.
it looked more than just like a retexture of the, just the skin.
It'll
color.
just be a skin or an armor set.
way. It looked serious, man. You have to see the trailer to believe this. And your jaw would have been dropped like, this can't be real.
And because at the end they made like a big deal about it because they had like the 2 names of the games, like yeah.
Exclusive on PlayStation.
So is it coming to other consoles?
I think the Horizon Zero Dawn thing is exclusive.
Oh, that
to
would
PlayStation,
be,
yes.
yeah.
But I think it's coming to every other console.
Yeah, 'cause
100%.
I know it's coming to PC.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Continuing on.
yeah.
Call of
keep
Duty.
going.
We'll skip that one because that's exactly what you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Yes,
But what they showed was Kerentan,
Yep.
which was a map. DLC pre-order only.
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
one
So
of
that-
those.
Yeah.
And
One
then,
of those
right.
trailers.
and then they'll release it, later for $10 or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
From this point is every game that you saw, Mitch, now.
Okay,
So you can chime in some way.
excellent. Also, just checked it. It is just a skin.
No, there's no way. It looked spot on.
They put way too much like effort into it.
Yeah, but Monster Hunter does that.
Okay. Got my hopes up now that it's
Okay,
down. I know
so-
I'm not going to get the game now
Is
because
this
of that.
is this On Rush? That we're up
On
to?
Rush,
Yeah.
yes. The colourful racing game.
The Micro Machines wannabe.
Yes, it looks like
with
Micro
almost
Machines.
no replayability.
Well, that's like most racing games, is it not? I feel like it'll have a linear story,
Yeah.
and then from that point on, you race, you get better cars.
If the matchmaking's good,
multiplayer.
multiplayer will sell it, but they've got to put effort into it.
Yeah, there needs to
I've
be no
not-
lag in that one.
I have never once played an online racing game that was good.
Wow. Have you played many racing games? I don't think
I
you
think
have.
I've played a fair bit.
I feel like you're like exclusive to like just Need for Speed, and then that's it.
No, I've
Project Cars.
Yes.
Are you going to get Project Cars 2?
No.
Forza?
Yes.
All right, he's played some then. And have you got any other car
Mario
games?
Kart.
Gran Turismo.
Mario Kart? Have you played that?
No, that lags.
Does it?
That
Ooh.
does.
What, on
lag.
the Switch?
Yeah.
Really?
Not on the Switch, on the Wii U.
Oh, okay.
I had heaps of lag on the Wii U. I'm not buying it for the Switch.
Why not?
Would it be?
What if,
They've
it's,
already
what if it's better?
It's not better.
What if there's no lag on Switch?
I'm not buying Mario Kart 8 again.
This
Isn't it-
isn't 8. This is 8
isn't-
Deluxe.
Yeah, 8 Deluxe.
This
Yeah.
is better.
No.
This is Deluxe.
I won't rebuy a game. That's why I never got the Nintendo Switch Super Smash Brothers.
Why not?
Because I already had it on DS.
So if Smash Bros comes out on Switch, you're not going to get it?
If Smash Bros comes out on Switch, I'll get it.
I
If
don't
it's
understand,
not
but you
the
already have
same-
it.
If it's not the same game, if it's the next generation.
Smash Bros Deluxe, you won't get.
No. That's why I'm not going to buy Pokemon
But I'll get it,
Tournament.
and you won't get it because I
If
will.
you get it, I will. But I'm not supporting a game.
If I get Mario Kart Deluxe, will you get Mario Kart Deluxe?
Maybe.
There we go. I just get the game. He gets the game.
Yeah, it's fine. I won't get Onrush.
Following on is Detroit Become Human.
Okay, so the issue I have with this game...
I want to hear your issue because I have an issue as well.
I feel like this game has zero confidence in the player. I feel like it's very much... Because from what I understand, that at the end there, when they zoom out, it was all the decisions that could be made.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've done none of those. I feel like it's very much a game where they've implemented this android thinking about possibilities, and if you don't win on a certain scenario, you can backtrack to a point and then try something else.
Right.
And that to me just sounds like you're using save states.
Yeah.
My issue is I think they continue with what you path, and that's the path you choose.
Yep.
But my issue is all we've seen is different robots. From the first time at E3, there was a guy on the roof. Then there was people going through the streets, and now there's this chick who was in a house.
Yeah.
So we've seen each person, like each different robot. We're not a single person. We just play as different robots.
So it could be a combination of both of our issues.
Yes.
Where it's
to me, I don't like that. As much as I'm in control, I'm not in control myself. I have to control this character, this character, this character, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So to me, I think the problem here is at the end of there's going to be some point where, say, like 3 of the people failed in there and they all died.
Yeah.
There's going to be a mission where it's to the people who survived, this is the people who didn't survive, and that's the story.
So you think it's going to be very much like Before Dawn or whatever that...
I
the
think
butterfly effect one.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I think it's going to be... So if one died,
Yep.
the main character is going to say a line.
Yep.
If that person survived, they say something. If they don't, it's not useful. It's not needed. It's just one of... It's like the Telltale Walking Dead games.
Yep.
If someone's dead, you
They're
chose
dead.
a different path, they're dead, but they might have said a different line.
Yeah.
That's what I think this game is.
It's gonna be that
It
simple.
looks good, but I don't think the story is going to be even in there.
Just as an overarching theme, this whole thing felt like this is the culmination of good-looking games, not necessarily good playing games.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're reaching that point where TV's at now where everyone's buying into 4K and not
Yeah.
giving a crap about content.
Yeah.
As long as it looks good.
Yeah, that's all
all
they
that
care
matters.
about.
Well, that'll sell Jordan
Watch
right
Deal
away.
or No Deal in 4K and you're fine.
As long as Jordan, as long as it looks good,
Yeah.
that's a buy.
Got him.
Continue on is God of War. This is a game that's you know exactly what to expect from this game.
Except I think from what I saw with your kid,
You think it's going to be Dad of War.
it is Dad of War, but it's either going to be co-op or the whole game's going to be an escort mission.
From everything I've seen so far, is you play as Kratos,
Yes.
and your son's been there, but not once has he died or gone down or anything. He's just been a guy that says, "Hey, look out! Watch behind you," or
Yeah.
"I'm going to throw an arrow. I'm going to do something like to help you out." But I
Yes.
don't think he's there. Like if he dies, then you got to restart the last save.
This is incredibly risky, though,
Why?
because if the AI isn't spot on, it's just going to be awful.
I can see it like he gets stuck on a tree somewhere far back, and
Yeah.
he's just gone for the rest of the game.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, we're going to see issues like that, or seeing him teleporting, and it's just going to be loss of immersion.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be very careful with this, or the sun's going to disappear very early in the game, and the whole point is you rescuing him.
No, what I'm going to think is going to happen is Kratos plays,
Yep.
and then you train the son,
And then Kratos
Sun takes
dies.
over.
Yeah.
but then you come back as Kratos for one final fight. It's going to be like The Last of Us, where you
Oh,
play as
okay.
Joel.
Yep.
There's a certain part where you play as Ellie,
Yep.
but then you go back as Joel. That's
Okay.
how I think the story will go.
Okay.
Spelunky 2.
So
You know exactly what to expect.
it's a roguelike. It's a roguelike platformer.
It's a treasure thing, right?
Yeah. It's a roguelike platformer. You go
Okay.
from A to B. The whole place is generated by itself.
Yep.
But
Are you disappointed that they didn't show any gameplay though, or not really? Because you know what
you know
to
what
expect?
you know what you're expecting.
But they set up a story at this point.
Yes, that was interesting. Like Spelunky is now a dad, and he's passed on this to his child.
Was he child in the first game?
No, he was just a young man.
Okay.
So he
And
met
then-
someone, he has a child,
Yeah.
and that child grew up to take over his place
Yes,
to be Spelunky
I
2.
don't understand the point of that.
I feel like it's...
There didn't need
what-
to
what-
be a story in
what-
Spelunky.
What was the story in Spelunky?
There wasn't one.
So what was your goal? Just to treasure hunt?
It was just to get to the end of the worlds.
I feel like Spelunky 2, I feel like over time has passed. These worlds have overgrown and changed.
Yeah.
You revisit and you try new worlds. That's how I think it's just going to be.
So it's just trying to show that time has passed almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what it was. Because you showed him have a kid.
And I
he
think
grew
you're going to
old.
be able to play as the older Spelunky as well.
Like an
With
unlockable
his
character.
beard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that was
probably.
all about unlockable characters, the original.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it.
Another VR game. Mm-hmm. Megalith.
So we saw the future Minotaur.
Colourful. No gameplay
No.
except hands.
You
He
saw
looked
him.
at his hands.
You saw him jump at you, and then you looked at your hands in the same exact space.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know what the point of that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just wrote
Also-
become a god.
VR number 2.
Yep. All we
Yep.
saw was a Minotaur. That I didn't understand. It just said become a god.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's all about Titans. I think it's going to be Greek mythology.
Yeah. But I understand your point because if your hands are also like weird demonic form, are
Yeah.
you the god
I
or
don't know.
VR games?
I just don't care. I think that's my main issue.
This next one is my favorite one.
Last of Us Part 2.
The Last of Us Part 2.
Why is it not just 2?
It just I don't know, mix it up.
There's no...
The Last of Us 2, Last of Us Part 2. There's a second part to this. Because do you know the ending of The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
No, it's a good game. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, sure. I won't spoil it.
There was a decision that was made at the end of the game which negatively impacted the world.
Correct. Wouldn't you say there's a part 2 from that point on?
Yes.
That's what I mean. Like the story continues on from that point on.
But we
I
don't
wouldn't
see
say that
any-
there's a 2.
We saw no characters.
Yeah. There were no returning characters.
No.
They were all new people, new lives.
And there was only one of the characters that didn't have Joker scars.
Wait, what do you mean?
Did you not see that the whole time?
No.
Okay, so every single person except for the woman that gets hung has these scars.
Right.
And when they say she's not one of us, she's one of them at the end.
Oh, wow. I didn't even pick up on that. Oh my God, this.
Because they referred to her as an apostate.
Yeah.
And she's saying she's one of them. Don't let her down. I
Yeah.
think in this game, there's going to be much more faction-based stuff. I don't understand the scars.
Okay, so
There
there was
were-
no context to this in the last game.
No.
There were
Okay.
factions in the last game. There were. You had the main rebellion. Then you had the Fireflies, which the
Yes.
Fireflies would go up against and rebel
But I
against
think
everyone else.
because they called her an apostate and everyone else has these scars.
Yeah.
Apostate is a religious thing, right?
Yeah.
It's someone that renounces religion.
But seeing this trailer has just gotten way more dark than the first game.
Oh,
you like
yeah.
that?
Clip her wings
Yeah.
straight down. Try to just hammer her arm out of. Just destroy it.
Yeah.
Insane.
Do you like that? Do you like the turn it's taking, like the way it's going?
I do. I really do. Because in the first game, you had twists, you had plots, that type of thing. In number 1, there was a town that was just
Yeah.
full of cannibals.
Okay.
Now that's dark in
Yeah.
some way.
Yeah.
But this
Because
just
this is
takes
quite
it.
a few years after the events, too.
We don't know. That's the thing. Oh, in the first trailer, we did see Ellie, who was a little bit grown up.
Yeah.
But we don't know what the time difference between that and
what we
between
saw
this
is.
now is.
Well,
Because at
they
the start of the
called-
game,
They
of
called the
Last of
clickers
Us-
demons as well. That was interesting.
Yes. In the start of Last of Us 1,
Yeah.
you play as Joel and he has a kid.
Yep.
And then it's like, it just jumps 10 years straight to the future.
Okay.
So they're not shy to do time jumps and
No,
time skips.
no.
Yeah.
It's just,
They don't go backwards, though.
no, which is good. I don't want a retelling of a story. Oh, there was kind of a retelling
Yeah.
of some kind of story back. It was a DLC.
Xander in the chat says that Last of Us is not a game, it's an interactive movie.
Ooh.
That's what is wrong with that though? That is what most Naughty Dog has been made to do.
And if
is
you like
they
Naughty
can
Dog
tell a story
games-
to turn it into a movie,
Yep.
but you are the character who's in control.
Exactly. Yep.
So you
Which-
like that sort of interactive movie type of game?
I do. That's the feeling I had with Uncharted 4 and Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 2. I just had that. I'm on this path.
Yep.
It's an action. There's a story. It's a great story. I feel I'm one with this character,
Yep.
and it's a movie to me.
Okay.
And I that's what I'm interested with this Last of Us movie
Okay.
or game, whichever how you want to put it.
Oh, this next one I was very confused.
Yes.
What's this next one?
Ultra Wings.
My biggest question
another
was
VR.
a
I, didn't,
VR
I
game?
actually didn't put a note down for this one.
I
What?
put Kerbal Space Program. That is a VR, but
Yeah.
with planes, minus the building, just flying.
I just wrote down-
Actually, I did write something down. I could do this at home with the amount of money I would spend buying the console and PSVR.
I just wrote why shoot balloons?
I know.
Yeah, it's in this colourful, lightweight
Yeah.
aircraft, and he pulls out a revolver and
Yeah.
starts shooting balloons in the sky.
And like nothing comes out, like nothing there's no like indicator of getting anything or like getting any items.
I see this as a VR that's like indicated towards kids, but you pull out a gun to just start shooting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
I'm just getting sick of VRs being concepts rather than games.
Yeah.
And that's what we've seen with this. Like the next one, what was it?
Invector featuring Avicii. I only liked it because that song
yeah,
actually really brought
everyone
that out.
started bobbing their heads a little bit.
So I'd rather buy the album and have that
Audio
on
surf.
surf.
Audio surf is that's what it is. That's all it is.
It was different audio surf.
Look,
because he
you're
had
not
to
going to
hit the
copy.
buttons.
Yeah, you're not going to copy.
Yeah.
But I understand because it's PlayStation. They want their own audio surf. So it's,
And they attached Avicii to it. I mean, we're getting away from Guitar Hero, which is good.
Well, Avicii's attached, I say, to the base game, and I'm assuming you can like maybe implement Spotify. Because Spotify is on PlayStation. That's the whole.
That would be cool,
Yeah,
but it would be a lot of effort.
yeah. No, then PlayStation might do it.
Very much might. See what happens.
Sprint Vector VR, another VR game.
This looked good. It very much looked like Speedrunners or Mirror's Edge. So it was like-
Speedrunners first person.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
It was cool. Again, you're going to need to buy Move controllers and a headset.
Do you need a headset though? Oh, you need the visual one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
Do I need a headset to play VR?
When you say headset, I picture, like headphones and
Yeah.
microphones. Like,
Yeah.
what's up, guy? I'm going to beat you in this race. Getting loose. And you just hear a
It also-
squeaker. It's like, okay.
It also looked like you kind of direct yourself with where your hands are. So like you go like that to jump and that to go down.
Or to pick up power up or something there.
It looked like they were being pulled by their gloves, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. So like a water jet ski type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's you can't move. It's an
No.
auto scroll from that point on.
And then that's where the racing comes in because you've got to like kind of fly around. It might work more like flight than anything else.
Yeah. I said it was like a multiplayer racing with like that snowboard tricky where it was crazy over the top.
Yeah.
Cross Mario, visually eye-catching.
It was very bright. It almost felt Overwatchy.
Overwatchy.
Yeah, I felt like if you were going to do Overwatch VR, it would look like that.
Okay.
It was very Tracer.
Sure. Sure. I saw it like a very anime cartoony because it had the line on the screen. You're just going fast.
Oh, there's a question for Jordan. Jordan, would you get Overwatch VR? Let us know.
Of course he would.
League of War VR Arena. Mobile game. Full VR.
Yeah, that looked garbage.
I put microtransactions question mark because that
course.
feels like that game.
There's
Yes.
no question mark.
Yeah.
Wait,
But it had a two-player jump in
I'm
Yeah.
where someone who has the VR headset can also just another player could play with the controller.
It was so weird because when we were watching the trailer, it just shows this guy and he's talking to his girlfriend on the couch, and he just puts the headset on. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so rude. Why would you do that?
He's like, hang on, just let me play this game.
Let
for a
me just
second."
completely ignore you.
Yeah.
And then she looks at him and then picks up the controller.
Oh, I guess I got to play now.
Yeah,
Like-
it was very weird.
So yeah, it's like a mobile game. It's the tank either side type of thing. Push your wave.
Having the VR versus TV was very Wii U though.
Yeah, but there's no multiplayer. Which what we saw two players jump in.
Yeah.
Do you see this as a multiplayer game? Because
Yes.
that's where the microtransaction thing is going to go. Is like you can beat other people, but
I
pay
also-
$2, you could beat them better.
Yeah, I view this as going to be random multiplayer. I even wouldn't be surprised if it was base building. And like, oh, wait 14 hours and you can...
Oh, that'll be cancer.
Or like skins for like your tanks or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
your-
looking forward to
Well,
it.
skins for your VR guy and
Oh.
for your environment too.
And yeah, for your hands, change the way your hands look.
Just have hooks.
We're giving them ideas.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Frozen Wilds.
It just looks like Monster
I
Hunter.
just put winter outfit for $20.
I put snowy, visually impressive, no story, just monsters.
I wrote looks like Monster Hunter.
Well, you didn't see monster. There you go. So
Yeah.
the cross, you just knew the cross-platform type of
Yeah.
thing. But it's just Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, it's
That's
DLC. That's what we expected.
All we saw was just monsters, which is the Monster Hunter aspect. I didn't see any branch of a story of some kind.
But they wouldn't want to spoil anything.
Then again, to
yet.
me, I haven't finished the Horizon Zero Dawn story. I don't know what to expect and what actually happens.
Yep. Would you be happy with just new monsters and a new location, or would you want a story if you're buying DLC?
See,
Realistically.
that game is kind of hunt, upgrade, that type of thing, and
Yeah.
hunt some more.
So that is
Monster
decent.
Well, I guess that's what.
Yeah, so that's decent content then to use. Just a whole new sort of a couple locations.
I
with some
suppose, yeah.
nuances. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same with Call of Duty. Just
Yeah.
bring in new maps and a new
Yeah.
zombie thing. There, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Story? We don't need story.
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes: Last Frontier, which this was a like, it was a Planet of the Apes game
Yes.
Yeah.
that
It looked like
follows
Cowboys.
along with the movie because
Yeah.
you said it was.
It had one of the same, almost like identical shot to the third movie.
Yeah, and that has Caesar in it,
Yeah.
but definitely not Andy Serkis.
But what timeline and what's?
I think
who do you
it's-
play as? That's the thing. That's what I'm.
They
so
never
confused
showed
with this.
anything like that. I think it's gonna. If I were doing it, I would do it in like a Aliens vs Predator kind of thing where you can play as well.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of felt, and I might be reading too much into it, but I kind of felt Cowboys versus Monkeys was a little bit racist.
What scares me though is okay. You can play as the apes.
Yes.
You can play as the humans.
Yes.
You're splitting the story into two different paths.
And it's going to be bad.
Who do you want to side with?
It's
That's
a movie game.
Yes, they don't usually end well. Then again, movies don't end well either.
No, so it's just and I.
Stick to movies. Stick to movies.
I'm
Stick to
sorry,
games.
Jordan. I know you're listening, but I think this and Spider-Man are gonna be flops.
Yep. Because we didn't really watch that Spider-Man trailer.
No, we
right there.
vetoed that.
Just
Yeah.
FYI, I would definitely pick the apes. I think they'd be more fun to play.
Yeah, because why would you want to play a human? You know they lose in the end.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yes,
These
that's why
apes-
Planet of the Apes exists.
Well,
These apes are super smart.
That's where I come in because I side with the humans and we win.
You win.
And then there's like a twist at the end. It's like you sided with the humans, but apes won, so you actually kind of lost.
Yeah, you
so
lose.
it's just like you chose the wrong people.
It's so bizarre. Such a bizarre idea for me.
Apex Construct VR. Another VR game.
number 6.
This was I put Fantasy Horizon Zero Dawn meets puzzle type of game.
I got like the
Where-
forest sort of feel.
Yeah,
It felt like Recore to me. Like the dog design was very Recore.
it was very colorful in the sense where it's kind of an open world where to go and with a linear path.
Yep.
But you had a bow, you had enemies you had to stop. Recall like that dog-looking thing that came at you, and there was a weird like head type of thing that kind of
Yeah.
controlled your mind. So it looked interesting.
Honestly, it was the only VR game in this whole thing that looked fun to me.
Yeah.
You didn't like Rec Room VR?
No. I have that. I have something that's the same as that for my Pixel.
Rec Room VR is already out. It's already a game.
It's been out since 2016.
I looked up and I went straight to Funhouse, and 2016 was the video that they made, and it's already there.
So maybe their sales aren't great, so they're trying to like.
Oh,
you know,
probably.
pitch
Probably. Shall we skip a few more?
Yeah, do you want to go to the big ones you care about?
Is there Far From This? We'll go 3 more.
Okay.
Far From Noise, because I just want an honorable mention for this thing, which was a choose your own adventure where you're a car and
Maybe.
your best friend is a deer.
Yep.
I didn't understand this game.
It felt very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where it's just kind of bizarre, like the car's dangling off the edge and contemplating existence,
It just felt.
and the deer's like the
pointless.
size of the car.
I'm with you. Like, what's the point of this?
I mean, like the art style looked pretty cool.
Hey, at least it wasn't VR.
Good point.
Well, they've already ticked that one box, Mitch, that it looks good. You know.
Yeah, and it's not VR, which is another tick for me.
Yeah.
We had the Walking Dead collection.
Again, this is for people that.
The Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, this is for people
This
that
is
haven't.
not needed. They don't need this.
I like-
they
and-
have a Telltale collection,
Yes.
which has every Telltale game.
Yes.
Now they're bringing this out, which has every Walking Dead Telltale game.
Do you know what my
That's
favorite part about this whole thing
remastered.
is? They're remastering all this and then releasing the final chapter.
Yeah.
But they also advertise this game instead of it being, oh, get all 4 games in one or get all 16 chapters at one. It's like, hey, this is all 19 episodes.
Yeah.
No, it's all 19 chapters. It doesn't, like, there's 6 chapters to an episode.
Yep.
And they just advertise it as the 15-minute blocks. Here's 9 15-minute blocks, everyone, of a game that barely looks any better because it's cell-shaded, you idiots.
Yep. They didn't update the graphics at all.
No!
It's just like a little touch.
They improved the lighting.
They did. They made it brighter on certain parts.
Which you
Wow.
meant to not do because it's a horror game.
And the last thing was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
So we saw some characters in this, which was kind of cool. Which was
I saw it was the same characters from the last one. So you had Sword,
we had Rey,
Yoda.
Darth
Vader.
Maul, Vader, Luke, possibly the characters from Rogue One.
See, that was they were just putting it. I think that's just the story. Because you play as the dark side, more or less, in the story, do you not?
I think so. I stand by what I said last week, where I'm actually not going to be playing this game.
Yeah, neither am I. I put down as not interested. I won't get the game. And
There was
really
like a
want to
Mass
see,
Effect ship at the one point.
and I don't want to bring it up, microtransactions. I want to see what happens with this game and the blowout
Oh,
they're
you're
going to
gonna have
cop from this game.
Maul, Yoda, Luke, Vader, Rey, and what's his name? Ben.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, that one. They're all going to be paid. You're going to have to pay for them. I bet you anything.
No, I feel like they're free.
No.
But if you want to make them stronger, you got to pay.
Or if you want to have them unlocked in the actual multiplayer.
Oof, that's going to be deadly.
Yeah.
It's not going to go well.
You're going to get Boba Fett for free, and that's probably it.
Mm.
So I've got the November release schedule in front of me, Mitch. I had I'm going to throw a couple of like games at you, and you got to tell me like if you're going to buy them or not.
All right, let's go rapid fire.
So my biggest one here was Mario Party, the top 100.
No.
No?
Really? Why?
Because why would I want to play Mario Party on a portable system that isn't the Switch? Why does that not make sense? It's 100 Mario Party games.
Yes.
And I've got a DS.
But why not have a Switch? Then you play 2-player from the get-go. There you go.
They don't have... It's not coming to the Switch.
Yeah, it's only the consoles and PC.
What?
That's what it says.
Mario Party...
Top 100.
You've written PS4, Xbox One.
And PC. That's
not right.
That's not right?
No.
I hope that's right, to be honest. I hope
I-
that's right.
I got this from a
It's-
game
So it's
site.
staggered, right?
Yeah.
So that is there. It's only on 3DS. Mario Party coming to PS4. I'd love that. That would be excellent.
Then you would get it, right?
Then I'd get it.
Then I'd get it. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get that.
Because that's my issue with that game. It's only coming to the 3DS. It's
Yeah.
4 people have either got to have their 3DS with them and willing to sit down and download the data onto their DS.
All right. Continuing on from this.
Go.
LA Noire
Yes.
for the Switch.
Yes.
Yep. Rocket League.
Yes.
The Sims 4.
No.
Elder Scrolls 5.
No.
Thank God.
Sonic Forces?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sonic Mania kind of sold me back on Sonic games.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. This is going to go horribly wrong.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
And that's that.
Yeah. Definitely not Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, though.
What about Football Manager 2018?
God, no. God, if I wanted to manage something, I'd just come here.
Good point.
Oh, wow.
All right. That's the end of the show.
Yeah. We've
All
gone
right.
for a full hour. We did well this week.
Thanks for listening. Remember, you can follow us on our Twitter, which is @ReplayAU, or our individual Twitters, which mine is @Joel's Voice.
Mine's @NimbleMimble.
And mine's Adam X Sleep.
Remember, you can comment and rate us on our iTunes and our Wooshka and all that stuff.
Yes, please rate us on iTunes because we have 2. And that's not very good. We're about on par with like basic ABC radio podcasts at the
Excellent.
moment.
Remember, we do have a Discord chat, which is tinyurl.com/replay Discord.
And as of tonight, I will hand in my final assignment and I will start playing games again.
Finally.
And I'm installing League tonight, so
Ooh, interesting.
That's gonna waste some of my time.
I'm going to be staying up all night, and
I know you are. You're gonna be playing Call of Duty tomorrow.
that is the one. And I'll be so dead tomorrow.
I
And you'll
know.
be like, can you help me build this? I'll be like,
If you're able, again, Call of Duty comes first.
no.
But
No,
I
it
know
doesn't.
that
It
by the
doesn't come
by the
first.
time 2:00 tomorrow rolls around, you're gonna be bored with it.
No. No. Don't say that. Don't say that.
It's Call of Duty.
Well, I'll have a 60% test tomorrow, so
Best
you'll
of
be
luck.
that.
fine.
Best of luck.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.